Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf here. Got a couple things on my mind. This has been buzzing the news for the last day or so. Donald Trump's daughter, and I think I might have talked about it before. I'm sure I have. I'm going to talk about it again because it's still, I just don't understand it. Ivanka had, I guess she had like a clothing line or some kind of, clothing line or something. She had a brand that she was selling on Nordstrom. All right. Nordstrom recently decided to pull her brand off the shelves. They didn't really actually want to toe a line to tell you what it actually was about. But the truth being, and a colleague had also made that suggestion, which plus I read it too, that really the sales were down on Ivanka Trump's line. People weren't buying it. Of course, we kind of know that it likely was a direct result because of her dad, that nobody was going to buy that stuff. Number one. Then number two, I also heard that her stuff was copied. She copied her stuff from or basically ripped off somebody else's line. No surprise there. Like daughter, like father, and vice versa. But my thing is, that is not what bothers me. Although I'm glad that they did pull it, but that doesn't bother me. For one. And number two, it's not completely her fault. She just happened to be born into Trump. Which, by all recounts, as far as I'm concerned, is not necessarily a good thing. Maybe for her. But anyway, what bothered me is the fact that Donald Trump himself went on a tirade about the entire situation regarding Nordstrom's. Okay? He like, Ivanka is a great woman. She's a great woman. I got to paraphrase because I don't remember what exactly he said. I know he said something about her being, Ivanka is a great woman. She's being treated unfair. Yeah, he did say something about being treated unfair. And he was just like going off about it. And I'm like, dude, really? You're the 45th president of the United States. You don't have time to worry about your daughter's brand being dropped from a major department store. You don't have that kind of time. You're running the United States of America. You don't have that fucking time to be lollygagging about little stuff like that. Well, for you, that's little compared to everything else you got to deal with. You got to stop. I'm telling you right now, for real, man, you got to cut that stupid shit out. Really. Because you're crying like a little bitch right now. I got to say it. It's just ridiculous. It's not becoming of you, man. It's really not. You're supposed to be like a man's man, but they don't sound much like a man's man when you saying stuff like that. And the other thing is, Ivanka's a big girl now. She can handle her own stuff, and she's married with kids. She don't need you to speak up for her. I'm pretty sure she can speak up for her own self. And by all estimates, I'm sure she won't be missing any meals as a result of that, by the way. I'm sure of that. Considering the source. So why the hell are you concerned about her brand being dropped from Nordstrom? What do you care? You ain't got time for that. And he publicly talked about it. That's even worse. I could understand you probably talking about Wilford and understand you saying, I feel bad for you, blah, 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 But why is that your most important statement to the public? You should keep your comments to yourself when it comes to stuff like that. Nobody cares. I really don't care. And probably millions of others don't care. Why would you waste your time on that when you got all this stuff going in the world, including crime, homelessness, sickness. I'm sure you're a little familiar with that, but that's another story. Because anyway, you don't have time for the small stuff like that. That's small potatoes for you. Okay, compared to you having a responsibility because you were given keys to the car, so to speak, which is us in terms of running the country. You don't have time for that, man. I'm just telling you. You really don't have time for the small stuff. You got bigger fish to fry. You got bigger issues to deal with than to worry about what that your daughter was dropped, her brand was dropped from a major department store. You ain't got time for this shit, dude. You got to grow up at some point. I mean, really. And I hate to say it, but dude, you got to grow the fuck up. That's all the bottom line I got to say, because I was appalled by it. Me and a colleague of mine was talking about that earlier. We were like, really? Are you serious? That's if my son or daughter got, dropped from their job because they had to get laid off. Yeah, I'd be concerned, but I'd publicly be telling everybody, if I was in that position that he's in, considering his daughter is going to be well taken care of, whether she got the brand up or not. That'd be the least of my concerns. She's married. She's doing just fine. You ain't got time to be wasting out here. You really don't. You got too many things. You got too many irons in the fire right now to be dealing with that. It's time for you to wake up, stay woke, and grow up. Bottom line. All right, this is DJ Wolf. Tomorrow, well, probably tonight, because I probably will be up for a little while tonight. And I know tomorrow and by the weekend sometime I'm going to be working on my Vortex. I'm debating if I'm going to do a live show or not. I probably won't on the first show. With the Vortex, I think I'm going to do something. I'm going to work on my visualization for the Vortex. I posted that last night. Was it this morning? No, it was last night. I posted last night the preview video, which is, and I call it the Vortex because there's a certain area that I drive through in out here in southern Maryland. I'm not going to go into detail about that, where people just drive like they, it's two lanes, and there's a third lane that comes up that merges into the right lane, and then you got people trying to get over from the left lane to try to get over on the main road, and they're all fighting the same thing. That's why I call it the Vortex. That's just for starters, but I'll probably get into a little bit more detail about that tomorrow night. And the Vortex itself is kind of like some topical issues, going to be a little bit on the humorous side, so just something to lighten up the mood, man. And it's just something I just want to try out, and I'm kind of excited about that. I'll be using some special visualizations for that. I'm really excited about that. I haven't gotten to it yet, so I'll probably be filming it probably between now and this weekend sometime, because we got issues with things we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about, we're going to go in on Trump a little bit. Definitely Tom Brady and a couple other things. So we'll be getting to it. I'm hyped about it. So, and I'll probably tomorrow I may bring back Blog Talk Radio. I don't know. I may do a live call-in show tomorrow, and I haven't done one in a long time, man, because I don't get any calls, and I'm trying to get you guys a call. Okay, so if you get a pop-up saying my show is on live, guys, because I will remind you. The number is I'm surprised I still remember it. 347-426-3596. That's 347-426-3596 on the Blog Talk Radio Show, which is for all to hear with DJ Wolf. That's still a program. I got to get back up. Hopefully I'll get it back up this weekend. But yeah, so that's about all I got for right now. bust my butt here to get the rehearsal. So, all right, guys, this is DJ Wolf. That's all I got for right now. Of course, questions or comments, you can reach me, DJ Wolf online at yahoo.com, DJ Wolf live on Facebook, and For All to Hear TV on YouTube, and For All to Hear on Twitter at For All to Hear. All right, guys, it's DJ Wolf. That's all I got for right now. I got more to say about this and other stuff on the back burner.